Recording. Let's get into this. Okay.
These legs weren't made for walking.
So I've already watched most of this. Thank you. Okay. So it has teammates muted. It's fairly standard on console. I have no problem with that. He did land really far away from everybody. And that's kind of what happened. Landed really far. The first little bit is about looting, so I'm not really going to go over that too much. I think the first time we see fighting.
Here, level 2.
So there's like, so he lands at 8 minutes. There we are. So lands at 8 minutes. So we're 5 minutes in now. So 5 minutes in, got some loot. Let's see where we're going. Now, half the teams, 11 squads, 30 people left. They're all kitted. They all have a shitload of ammo, purple shields. At this point, I would say you don't need to loot anymore. At this point, you're kind of looting just for the sake of looting. The reason I say you're looting just for the sake of looting, right now all you're doing is looking for batteries, med kits, Phoenix kits. Like, you don't really need anything else, you know? You're at this point, like, you have everything. All you need are big meds, and most of the time you can get those big meds off of other teams. You can get that and get it off a loot box a lot faster than scouring the whole map. So I would say first things first, to make sure that I assume that you want to get better. I assume that get better usually means, more kills, less deaths, more gunfights, and to do that you actually have to look for those. You have to go out of your way. You have to go out and find the fights. More often than not, if a fight finds you, you're dead. Because you're not going to be prepared. You're going to be watching. You're going to be looting, and a team's just going to kill you. Yeah, that's like the first thing is loot. It really isn't important. You got to get to the fight first. That's because it's like loot's going to be there. Like, loot is just loot, but getting into the games, like getting into the fight first, getting the drop on people is definitely going to be beneficial. Not to mention, the more that you do it, the more that you fight people, the better your aim becomes, the better your decision making becomes, the better you get at, here's the fight, here's the situation, I know what to do. So let's keep going. Running with the gun out, meh. I always put it away, but that's just me. I feel like it's a little easier to... You run a little faster. I'm not against it, though. Because you are just ready for a fight if something happens. Now, this is something I'm noticing. Real quick. Let's get him right next to this is a... Okay, so we're going to climb over. We're going to run. You're pushing it first. Let's look at the teammates up here. So let's look at that. So we got teammate 1 right here on the mini map. So he's super far away from you. The Octane, or the Pathfinder's really close. Octane's far away. He's getting materials or something. That's fine. Care packages over here. You have high ground. You saw someone? Not sure. Okay. Now you're looking. Now we're looking. We're just chilling. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But what's our plan? Like, were you wanting to fight? Scout in the area. I do like that you're keeping the high ground. It's smart. especially in the fact of like you don't see anybody, you're not actively in a fight, you're fine. Like, what's the point of doing anything else? Okay, so your teammate just saw that there was a care package over there. He just grabbed the care package. Perfect. So he pinged it. I'm glad you don't have pings muted. Pings are very annoying from randoms at times, and they a lot of times will spam ping just for the sake of spamming ping. But if you're not gonna have voice chat on, it's good to leave the mutes on still because that's very beneficial. Because you didn't see him, but teammate saw the team open the care package. So let's see. Now we see somebody coming off the jump tower, flying again. So you jump off high ground.
Get ready, it's zipline time.
Teammate threw a zip line that was kind of iffy. I like that you stayed away from the dragon, stayed away from the flyers to make sure that didn't set that off, because usually when you set off the flyer, it gives people the knowledge that you're there. So not letting them know you're there is really good.
There's a new jet. Hells yeah, half the squads are toast.
I love this. You got back on high ground. Your high ground is so beneficial in this game, especially with the off angles that you can get. Especially right here, you see the railings. The railings are huge as well. So there's a lot of benefits to keeping high ground and going back to high ground. So I do like that you went back up there. Teammates are low ground. Let's climb up. Okay, they have a zip line as well that they pushed in with. Okay, this is the first place that I would say was kind of a mistake. Your teammates are behind you. You're in front of them now. You gave up high ground, and you have no knowledge. You have no knowledge of where anybody is. You don't know if people are in front of you, behind you. You heard the zip line, so you know somebody went along the zip line. Let's go back just a couple seconds. So let's hear it. So your teammates are coming down the zip line. Okay, so they're both... Now they have a zip line. You heard that. You heard the zip line sound. So you know they're under you because, like, you can see there's nobody right here, but the zipline sound is still going. So that means they're underneath you right now. So there's at least 2 people underneath you. Okay, you saw a shot right here. There's the third teammate. So you see the third one. Teammate got somebody down. You can see in the kill feed. So now it's a 3v2. But again, you still gave up high ground when you could have shot that lifeline. Could have shot that lifeline, no problem. You have a Spitfire and a Volt. I would have taken the Spitfire in this situation. It's a little bit better at long range. Because then you could have kept high ground, shoot down at the lifeline, kept her away from resing the teammate. Kept her away from resing the teammate, kept her pushed off so that way it stays a 2v3. That was the only thing that I would say. Thank you. Oh god, this looks good. That was the only thing I would say there is keep the high ground. Don't give up high ground that easily. With Horizon, I know it's tempting to give up high ground because you can just very easily get back up, but it's at some points it's almost unnecessary. Okay. Okay. I think this was needless overexposure. You know, we had the truck right there. You did get shot, had a bad gunfight. So, have a bad gunfight. Okay, let's look. Boom. Truck is right there. She's on this side of you. The truck is right here. You could have stayed behind the truck, shielded up. Easy peasy, right? You still have one person behind you, but your 2 teammates are full health, full shield. They can still deal with that, hopefully. So let's look what you do. You just passed somebody that wasn't your teammate, so you know that you're in between 2 people. So now I understand why you went up. So excuse my earlier comment, that was correct. So you have that teammate that just completely ignored you. So you go up, and you go back to high ground, you go back to your teammates. It was perfect. Get hit, shield up. I'm glad you're noticing your teammates aren't pushing. Even though they have the advantage, they're not pushing because they know that you're broken. Your shield's broken. That's one of the big benefits of one of the best things a player can do is even if you knock somebody, don't push all the way in. Don't Don't fully commit to a fight. Because something like this could happen where, let's say they fully pushed and the other team fully pushed. Now you're exposed using a shield battery. And your teammates aren't there to protect you. So you stay behind cover of the stairs. Okay, now you pull out the Spitfire. Wraith Q's away. Okay, Wraith Q'd right in front of you. She got wrecked. Lifeline is where? Oh, Lifeline's still in front of you, and you're looting. You're looting right in the middle of a fight. That's a mental thing, is you gotta remember that teammate went down, didn't have a gold res shield. There's another player somewhere. Lifeline sucked, but she still got your teammate. It's a possibility that she could have shot you while you were looting. You know, you were standing there, you weren't doing anything. You were looting in the open. That's easily, especially with a G7 on controller, that's an easy 4-shot. 4 shots, toast. It took your Octane, like your Pathfinder just barely went down, and it took your Octane a few seconds to figure it out. Don't loot until you know that there's no teams around. The only time I would say that is appropriate to loot mid-fight is if you're trying to get a new shield. Okay. Lifeline down. Pick up your teammate. Thank you for that. Appreciate you grabbing your teammate first. Okay, shielding. As much as you can, try to find cover before you start healing. Because if there was another team here, you'd have been dead.
I love celebrating with my best friends.
Yeah.
That's you.
You need some of this.
I am repairing myself.
Okay, Pathfinder escaped. We're looting up.
Throwing jump pad. It's go time.
Okay. Shots fired. Not your teammate. That was a longbow. Where is it though? Right now it's to your left. So that is east. You're facing southwest, so that's going to be east. Now you see there's another team shooting directly south of you. What do you do? Are you going to get behind him, or are you going to... Your teammate's going to shoot. Okay, they have a Kraber. Alright. Take the jump pad in.
Another soft landing.
Overshoot ourselves. So you are trying to flank. I really do. I like that. I like that you're trying to go for a flank. I appreciate that. However, if you're Horizon, the hardest time to hit her Horizon is when she's up in the air, side strafing. That's her passive. Her passive is side strafing ability. While you're in the air, you can strafe, and it's impossible for somebody to shoot you. It's not impossible. It's just very difficult. I'm sorry that I said that. So if you go up in the air, if you use Horizon's tactical, always strafe a little bit, just a little bit back and forth while you're going up. That grav lift, actually, its range is pretty big. I think it's like 3. So it's like 3 sizes of Horizon. So you can go left, right, and you can get pretty far over there. But her strafing capability is huge. So you took about 60 damage. You threw your ult on him. Teammates are there. Okay, fair shots. Run into your own ult. Perfect. Easy peasy. However, your back is open. You're shooting a blue knockdown shield. You know she can't get up. And you're shooting her with your back open to 2 teams that you just remembered you got up on. You're in a third party position. You're killing 2. You killed 1. You killed the Lifeline. She still has 2 teammates. And there's still another team that was shooting at them. just little things. If you're gonna shoot the down player, look around you first. Make sure that you're covered, that you're not gonna get shot from anywhere else. And so you get her.
Enemy removed from the data pool.
You swap the shield. Perfect. Okay.
New kill leader? Not for long.
Reload both guns. Perfect. Teammate Pathfinder is already fighting somebody. See somebody to the left. Killed somebody.
For the count.
Pause. Enemy here.
Okay. So you queued up your teammate as well. You know that they're inside. They're going to be healing.
Go, let's go, let's go.
Okay. Mirage. Perfect. Nice. Okay.
Rings closing.
So far, I mean, it's not bad. It's really not that bad. We've had a few like fundamental issues that you got lucky with. That's not fine. That's not a problem. I think it's so far we're doing really well.
All those bomb pots are down for the count.
Oh, you ain't messing around.
Okay, so you got the gold shield. You have 12 shield cells. Perfect. 2 phoenixes. 8 syringes. Perfect. I would still always keep. Oh, where's your gun? Oh no. Oh no. Gun's gone. Oh no. Gun glitched under the box. Unfortunate. I would still say, even if you have gold shield, still take a battery. 1 battery is faster than 2 shield cells.
Grappling.
Excuse me. Okay. So we hear fighting in pit to the east. Or to the west, excuse me. So we hear fighting to the west. We're seeing a lot of people going down. 3 squads left. We're doing pretty good.
Repairing.
Your 1 Pathfinder is being weird and not doing anything. You unfortunately lost your gun, the Volt. Not much you can do about that one. Okay, so you're going for a wide flank into open area.
Reckon we
Nope.
should head here.
You're going much further. You're going through the tunnel, which is perfect. Yeah, I like that you're staying behind. You're staying behind everything, as much cover as you can. I would say one thing while you're in the movement process: keep yourself strafing at a side instead of looking head on. Keep your head on a swivel. You always want to keep a head on the swivel because you never know where teammates are or teams are or who's gonna push you. The audio in this game is pretty bad. So you want to make sure you know where people are. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Getting into those final 3 squads. Final 3 squads, I would always push up. I think they're going to find each other probably first. You want to be there right when the action ends, so that way you can drop on them and just get as much damage in, get as many kills as you possibly can. You saw the care package over there. We're gonna walk up. I assume we're taking. Oh,
Fancy a wee stroll,
did you
doesn't
hear it? Heard the G7 shot. Yep. You were looking. That was the perfect direction. See, you're worried right now. I see. You're worried about this side over here for no reason. When you were back at containment, you had the knowledge. You had the knowledge that everybody was fighting to your west, so you knew that they were going to be over in pit area. So right here, you're worried about this respawn beacon, that care package, but you got shot from over here. You got shot from the pit area. You got shot from where you knew somebody already was. It's those little mental things that you got to remember. Hey, I remember hearing shots from there. You probably should have been on the backside of it. On this side over here.
Enemy spotted over there.
Right where you're at now. Granted, bad shot. He didn't hit you anyway. He probably shouldn't have been poking you from that far away. But it doesn't matter. Like, it's still your fundamentals need to be better than his fundamentals. It doesn't even have to be about anything other than that. If your fundamentals are better than his fundamentals, you're going to win. Okay, teammates do Pam spinging, which is super annoying. Again, in this situation, I would have taken the Spitfire. You can do one shots, you can do pop, 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 pop.
A care package.
Better accuracy. Havoc takes a little bit too long to power up. So it's going to be a little harder to actually hit a single shot. Okay, so he throws his ult. You already saw the area. You know you're not in it. Crouch spamming. Now here's the problem. Since they engaged first, you know you're going to be the team that's going to get third-partied, which is unfortunate. But that's what happens. So you're out of zone. Okay, so your teammates are fighting. You're nowhere near. You're not helping them out.
Here.
Octane's half shield. They still have better zone. I understand you're wanting to go for zone, and that's why you're worried about it. However, in these situations, zone is a minute 30 away. It's going to be a pain in the ass to get to. Octane went down. Now this is causing you problem, because now I very much understand the idea. If he just would have listened to me, we wouldn't be in this situation. If they would have just listened, we'd be fine. But you got to remember, if you went to zone, you'd still have high ground for a minute, but there's still a third team somewhere. You could have been pushed from the backside, and then you would have been pinched. Maybe taking this fight wasn't the best option, but when you have two teammates taking the fight and you're not with them, it does leave a bigger opportunity to lose in the future. Because let's say you did rotate and you didn't get pushed by the third team. Both your teammates probably would have died. You'd be alone in a 1v6 situation. That's a lot more difficult to win versus a 3v3. So, okay, so Octane goes down. Let's go back to see what happens from here. Okay. Give up high ground again. Perfect. Now you're getting third party. Little bit of a shitty situation regardless. Spitfire does Spitfire things. Somebody just self-resed.
Using a phoenix kit.
I would have used a shield self. I would have used a shield self first. You heard the self-res go off. You knew that Watson. You know, because you knocked her other two teammates. That was something that was a sound cue that you needed to listen for. Let's go back to it real quick and turn it up a little bit. Okay, let's see.
We're down one.
Okay, ready for it? Here it comes. I already heard it. I heard it right there, right before Pathy says there's another squad. Listen for it again.
Got him.
You do get shot, but you hear it again in a second.
We're down one.
There was the syringe. There was that stab sound.
We're
Here it
down
is.
one.
You hear it? Okay, so you knocked 1, 2. Okay, so you see one has a purple knockdown shield,
Flattened a whole bunch of
and you
them.
hear her again. You almost went for it. You almost went for it. If you could have just gone around that corner, looked at the Watson. Here's the other thought. I knocked 1, 2, 3, but I didn't get the eliminations. One of them still has a gold knockdown. First thing you should have done was check the Watson you knocked first. Because honestly, if you went around that corner and just popped her, That's game over for that team. You would have been at least in second place. You would have had a better opportunity to shield up, to shield swap, to grab more ammo, to grab grenades, whatever you need, to drop a health kit, a Phoenix kit, or anything. But instead, both of you guys at low health. When Pathfinder, you just heard him say, "There's another squad." You try to pop a Phoenix. Both of you try to pop Phoenixes. Okay, so you start using your gold res. He gets it. He starts doing it. Now you have a third team.
Back up and good to go. I'm using it.
I would have shield swapped in this situation. Your final two teams, you want the most health that you can get. So a red shield that you probably could have found on one of those two boxes behind you. Red shield and a med kit would have been a lot faster.
A Phoenix kit.
Because now you have 38 seconds. By the time this is over, you're going to have 34 to get into ring. Now you have to push up. You know the team is already coming at you.
The ring is nearby.
Okay, now you have a med kit. You could have had a med kit and a purple shield. And you could have been done. You could have had a lot more time. Med kit and a red shield. At this point, dude. At this point, though, it's final two. It's final squads. The only thing you should be looking at when you're in the final two are grenades. The only thing you need in that moment is grenades. You don't need more. You have 240 shots on, well, 270 shots with your energy. You had over 150 on heavy. You don't need those anymore. You have a gold shield and you still have 12 shield cells. You still have 8 syringes. You don't need any health. You don't need any more shields anymore. You don't need any more ammo. The only thing you need are grenades. Grenades in late game are the best thing that you could have. Those are the last two things you needed. So in this, don't loot. I would not loot. I would take the red shield though. Red shield is going to be a lot more beneficial. Take that arc star. Take that shield battery maybe. Drop the gold shield. Take the red shield. Okay, now you're using a ultimate accelerant, which is going to take you 7.5 seconds. And ring is now closing. It's on your ass. And you have to go through a lot of open area. You would have wanted, in this situation, you want to go to ring faster. You want to make sure that other team doesn't get the drop on you. The other team, the last team that you have to fight, already is in ring, presumably. And they know you have to come to them. They're going to gatekeep. And even if you do win, pain in the ass. It was luck.
So unless one of us is packing sunscreen, I'd suggest we move.
I still think that you're doing really well, but there are definitely fundamentals, like little things that you could be doing better. See, he just got cracked to half health and no shields. Kraber on the field, you just went down into an open area. That was a bold move. You're still walking through an open area. Teammate died. You're getting shot. It's just that positioning, that idea of positioning. They had better positioning than you. Okay, you have this. They still have a Kraber. And Bloodhound ult. They know where you are. And it's okay. Just wait for your cue. Watch their push. Watch their lane that they're going to push you. Okay, you saw one slide off the roof. He's pushing you. They're coming up at you. You don't have a head glitch on them. That was inevitable. That one was inevitable. It was going to happen regardless. It's what the fundamentals are. Let's think about what things we should have done other than what I've all been talking about. Number one, in the final teams, last 5, The benefits of a gold shield will not be as beneficial as they were when there's 15 to 20 teams alive. Gold shield is at this point and in this meta of the game, gold shield is good for early fights and mid fights. Later on in the game, it's going to be increasingly more useless. Um, Number two, sound cues. When we can hear, when we have sound cues like the gold knockdown shield that makes an insanely loud noise, use it. Endgame. Top 5 teams. Only things you should be looking for are big meds, a shield swap, and grenades. Ammo if you need it, but that's kind of in passing. I think that's about what we would need. Realistically, it looks like they only had 2 people left. They had the Wraith and the Bloodhound. It's possible if you would have pushed up to the head glitch, you probably could have lasered both of them. See, but here's the thing: like you're not a bad player, and I don't think that you should take. That's the takeaway here. I think you have a lot of potential to be a great player. 1425 damage, 5 kills. That's a good game. That's a very good game. Your teammate who left, the Octane, 1 kill, 677. Not bad. It probably would have been more beneficial if he didn't push by himself. Or if you were with him. It's kind of a who's to say. But you have a lot of potential to go up and to move up. And it's just following those few fundamentals that we went over. I mean, it's not a few, it's kind of a long video. But like you have a lot of potential to move up, to grow, and to improve your gameplay. I think your aim is pretty good. I think you have pretty good knowledge of the weapons that you're using. That Havoc that you accidentally picked up, and then your Volt went under the map. That's kind of shitty. Would it have changed anything if you had the Volt in that last fight? Probably not. Would it have changed anything if you had the Volt in that first fight? I don't know. But you definitely used. I feel like you used Horizon's cape abilities. You used your tactical and or super in appropriate ways. But again, like I said, it's just a few things you could do to make it a little bit better.